Okay. Okay. So basically, this is for you to read if you want. You declutter. The idea is the synthesis is above. I will share this slide so you can have a good. You can spend a little time on it. Summary of Eisenhower's priority matrix. This is it. You have to spend more time on quadrant 2, and you have to do and reduce this. Avoid this as much as possible, and don't do. So we have to try and find. In these places, I think, apps that can allow us to spend more time relaxed, if possible. Romy has given a very good example of how she's managing her time and her use of her apps in order to have the kind of life that she wants, and to spend time with her baby dog and her pet and her family and friends and so on. So here we have a little tomato. Do you know why this tomato can be dancing here? Any idea?
No.
Pomodoro.
Yes,
Pomodoro technique.
Pomodoro. Who said Pomodoro?
Me,
Who was it?
Marielle, because
Marielle.
I use it a lot.
Okay, can you explain,
Who is
Marielle?
it?
What is it, the
A
Pomodoro
Pomodoro technique is like you have some apps that you can use, and you set like to focus on for 25 minutes and then to have a break for 5 minutes, and then so it goes on, and then you have a whole cycle of concentration and break, concentration and break, so you get to do the tasks more effectively. It's perfect.
It is, isn't it?
It is.
Okay, nice. I'm going to share now a screen so you can read later about it. Thank you very much, Mariela. Okay, other tools. Well, so what are we going to do? So we said our brain is our tool, the main tool we have. But other tools, well, I include time. I think timers are good. Any timer you can find, things that can allow you to use the Pomodoro technique, as Mariela explained. Task organizers and like Trello or Notion. I'm going to tell you about both. I don't know how much time I will have for them, but really, and optimization techniques. And here I include Google a lot because it's so good. Forest. This is the app I told you about last time. If you if you get into this app, it's very user-friendly. I'm not going to get into details. I'm going to show you screens, but we won't have time for me to allow you to explore some things, just to show you a few. Forest. You plant trees with forest, and it helps you to focus your work time. So you download it to your app, you set a time limit. It can be 25 minutes. Well, we'll see the Pomodoro technique later, 25 minutes, and a tree starts growing. When the time is up, the tree has grown, and that tree goes to your forest. Every time you set the alarm, it forces you to do this, to create a tree, because if not, the poor tree dies. So first you have a bloom.
I love it.
Well, yeah, it dies. So when you have accomplished your task, you've started planting a forest, and if not, the tree dies. And I tell you, it gets worse. This is like Terminator, because you have a beautiful forest, but then with all the dead trees, what they have done is to link it to an NGO that plants trees in Africa. So your tree really dies. You're having, for every forest that you finish, they give you get, for every tree you get credits, and once you have a number of credits, they plant a tree in Africa, in desertic zones for people to live. So it's like it motivates you, because you know that by focusing your time on productive work or whatever you want, maybe exercise, you help others. So the Pomodoro technique is exactly what Mariela said. So you plan your tasks. So they talk about 25-minute tasks, and you take a 5-minute break. Sometimes if the task is really long, you have 4 Pomodoros dancing. That's focus time, you know, and then you take a longer break. This can make you think about it, and it's good. Okay, any comments about this? It's an easy app. Any questions, comments, or?
I don't like this. I think that everything is getting so technical. Yes.
Okay.
Maybe it's because I am a generic millennium.
Okay. Well, it's okay.
I think it could be motivating for my teens, for example. I mean, I in my case, I would feel like I'm adding an extra thing by having to plant the tree and estimate the time. I know if I have an hour, I can do this, and I sit down and get it done. I don't have that need, but for my students, this can be motivating, like they and also help them stay on task, you know, like, okay, I have to get to the end of it.
Yeah, you don't
So,
use it all the time. Just very, I mean, I use it sometimes. I say, well, I'm having trouble concentrating. I'll get my tree. And sometimes I have killed trees, but I don't want, I don't mind. It's okay.
Hmm.
All right.
I use
well,
one.
this is,
I use one because
Yes.
I work a lot on my computer. I use one on the web browser. So
which one? Can you write it in the chat so that then we copy
I'm
it?
not on the computer now, but
Okay, never
I
mind.
when I go to the computer, I'll send it on in the
Okay.
WhatsApp group. I'll post it.
Okay, fine.
And what I find it very, because when I'm distracted, I use it so as not to get away from what I have to do. When I'm feeling like nervous or anxious about something that's going on and I need to focus and I know I will find it difficult to focus, I use it definitely, so as not to get distracted with social media or I don't know, answering messages on the phone. And it's great. I suggest you use it when you need it. If you are a very focused person and perhaps you don't need it, but sometimes it's good when you feel that you're not being able to concentrate. This helps a lot, the Pomodoro technique. Any app that works for you.
Yes, or any time. I mean, maybe you don't want 25 minutes. Maybe you want 40 or 50 minutes, and I do that. You can set 105 minutes. I mean, it's just that the brain needs to connect. So yes, very good. And I tell you, I'm helping people in Mercado Libre to write their articles, and they have trouble concentrating. And I give them the 15-minute technique. In 15 minutes, you have to write the index of your article with headings and subheadings and possible pictures. And in 15 minutes, and I tell them, set the alarm clock. If you don't have an app, set the alarm clock. When it rings, and eliminate all paperwork. Eliminate everything. Don't look up, because we are unconscious. When you're pressed for time, your unconscious knows what's important and urgent. I mean, and when we are pressed for time, we perform better sometimes. But it's rendered fantastic results, really. So for some tasks, I don't know, just take it or leave it, and it's okay. I don't use Pomodoro, really. I just set tasks anytime I want. Okay, another app is Trello. You know Trello? Yes. You know, it's well known. Trello is good for organizing projects, people, tasks, resources, and I think it's organizing tasks. I have my Trello space here. Can you see it? Yes. A ver, ¿qué está diciendo? Ay, no quiero ver. Okay. I haven't entered for a long while, but now it's, I mean, Trello allows you to have tasks, to organize a calendar, a table with all this is a dashboard. How many of you don't know Trello?
I haven't heard of it.
Okay, so notice, right, now there is, I am trying to go for, as we all, for free options, but if you know, you can, I organized at some point my task around Trello, and this year I have decided to try to use Google Keep, but this is very effective. All companies use these kind of things. You can write your to-do list, because we have the to-do, but then the doing and the done, you see, and maybe blocked tasks or things that you have finished, or I can make a list of tasks, well, cancelled here. So you just drag them, you see, and it's very practical, and you have colors for different topics or subtopics that you have. My services in companies are given through Interaccess, and Spiderweb method is my method. So it's different, and here, so you can have colors, as you see, personal, no? So which categories?
Sorry, I have a question. This would be like a digital agenda.
Yes, it tracks all your it's a black board, a dashboard, and it tracks all your activities, no? So I can move things around. I don't mind now because this was long ago, and you can attach documents, pictures, and you can make it collaborative.
It's like a, sorry, Ceci, it's like a kind of organizer that tracks
Yes.
your work. So
Yes.
you move it, first you write it in the to-do list, and then you can sort it out according to importance, whatever. Then you move it, as Ceci was doing, to the doing.
And done.
Yes, and done.
Done.
So in that way, you see the process, and you can easily, visually, clearly see where you are, what you're doing, etc.
Yeah.
And you can have a board for every different projects.
Yes.
Yes, you can create different boards.
Different boards, different boards. I have
like,
the, in fact, yes, Fabricio.
And it's okay. For example, if you're working at different schools, you can have a board for every of the schools or groups that you have, etc.
Yes, you have a welcome board. Here I have my tableros. This is my boards, going global. I had another shared with other teachers, and the people shared appear in Faces. It's fantastic, really very good. So here it gives you everything organized and all set. I would have to check about the price for the Pro. I haven't done it. I wanted to do that before today's session, but I didn't have time for that. Laugh. Okay.
You also have the app version. You can use it on your mobile phone. Yes, and as I said, you can share with other people. And in this way, if you're carrying out a project, you know where everyone is. I mean, and each of the tasks everyone has committed to do. Yes, if they are in the doing, if it's done, etc., etc.
Yeah, notice that I have been shared here in another person's dashboard. This was not mine, but this person decided to classify the task according to team tasks, one company, another, some other companies, and private students. And well, each person uses his or her logic, so this is good work. It's worth trying. Because you have to get into the criteria that these tools have. So it's really very good. And these are my as you have seen, my dashboards. Another app. Let me go back. We will. I want to share. I hope it's. I have to rush, right? But I hope it will give you an overview of what I think is effective. Thank you, Fabricio, for your contributions. And Maria, I can't remember. Notion. Many people are fanatics of Notion today. If you are presenting a website, I know, sorry, I didn't eliminate it. I haven't eliminated this, but Notion allows you to jump between different tools, but you personalize the tool more. All in one workplace. You have to consider yourself as a you are selling your services to as an institute, probably private teacher, as a freelancer, as Romy doesn't want to be, but some of us do. It's okay, but even Romy, you can use it for organizing your tasks because you have a million tasks, and the cost is zero for personal. So when you enroll, you have to click on zero on free individual. If you want to use it with a team, it will be charged. So I suggest that you use a personal account and use it as your personal agenda or complement of your physical agenda.
But what is this for cross-posting on different social media?
Yes.
Is it similar to Hootsuite or something like that, or what?
No. Hootsuite joins all the media. Let me share. This is my dashboard. What you do is you create lists, reading lists of things, task lists, and you can decide. It's similar to Trello. You design on the tasks, you see, and they give you suggestions and possible different templates that you can use. It's similar to, the logic is similar to Trello, but I suggest you explore both because I have watched many videos with people being fanatic of this. I enrolled a few days ago. I haven't had time to explore it in detail, really, not as much as Trello, but you create your own pages the way you want and you customize. You can include pictures, all your photo albums. You can include your cooking recipes because you have many pages. So it's more like a notebook, but organized, you know, like perhaps OneNote in Microsoft OneNote. So really, really very nice. I suggest you explore Notion. Notion.co.so. But I have included in the PowerPoint. And the last thing, and I think I have time for this if you allow me, is so Notion is really worth it. to explore. And then a simple tool close at hand for all tasks, Google, commitments, routines, appointments, calendar, keep and tabs. We're going to see that. And Calendly. I have included my Calendly that I couldn't have shown you last time. I'm going to show you Calendly first. What do I like about Calendly? I have a Virginia. She has left. Betty?
No. Romy, Gladys, and Juli left.
Ay, no, Gladys, no sé qué me pasa. I'm sorry, Gladys. Gladys just suggested using another one, and I explored it. It was Doodle, but it was a free trial for 30 days, and I don't like to have free trials, and then it was very expensive. And this, I can use it. So, but it has more, as Gladys said, it has many more features than this one, apparently. I have explored and it does, but this one is free forever for 15-minute sessions. So I chose the 15-minute sessions, and now I will show you in my calendar. We will get there, and I will show you how I use this app. If I activated these 12-minute sessions, I would be charged $12 per month. No, $8, and the 60-minute, 12. So it's not so expensive at the same time. So let me show you my calendar. I'm going to run through my computer. Can you see my whole screen? The whole screen with the tabs and everything?
Yes.
Yes, with the tabs.
Okay,
yeah.
fine. This is what I wanted to show you. Many of you know already, but just in case, have you noticed that sometimes, because we need focus, right? So all the things that we do have to gear our brains to be focused. So what happens? We have many tabs open, so we can close them. With this simple trick, we are going to see Google tools and tricks. I explored this site. These are outside the categories, right? I got the dancing tomato just before the session. So these are apps that have, these are tabs that have no category, but for the ones that have category, you create one and notice how clear it is, you know, to have a textbook like this, you know. To have your computer browser more organized. Here too, I have another page, and all these, you know, would make my computer, well, I bought a new computer, so I was given this new computer, so it doesn't crash, fortunately. But if you have a good computer and you have to open many tabs, you can very well group them into categories. You can change things across tabs, you know, across categories, very nice, so you can take them out. One of the things that I enjoy and I love is to close tabs and just to open the one I'm working on, so really very, very useful. To make a new app, what you do is you go to Google, you create añadir pestaña al grupo or add tab to the group, and you can add it to any of the other of the tabs open, or you can create a new group. It's so simple. So this is EdTech. Okay. And that's it. We have a new category. So every new, this page has been added to the EdTech group. And then I can add other slides.
I'm still seeing the Pomodoro thing.
Yes, we can't see that you are grouping.
What you're doing, we cannot see. No.
Well, that's why I say that I can see my main screen.
But the idea is so to tabs according to.
But if you don't see it, it doesn't make sense. Why is it that I could share before? Could it be another?
Because most probably a window popped up, and then you have to select that window to be shared.
Yes, but I need you to see the full screen.
And if you want, you can have a photograph if you want to, and send it to the group.
Yes.
Okay. You can see the whole screen?
Yes.
Now?
Yes,
Now, yes.
we can.
Okay. You can see org, tradus, or...
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Well, here we are. Look, this is fascinating. A student from Mercado Libre told me, because they have millions of tabs open. You see what I'm doing?
Yes. Now.
And it's crazy.
It's like a kind of bookmark. Yes, you
Yeah.
put all the tabs related to a subject or a content, bookmark in one, and then you don't see the thousands of tabs that you got them.
Yeah.
Now we can see. Now we can see how you are
Yes.
changing the name to the EdTech.
Okay, so
Exactly.
notice that you can just, and you do it in a very simple way with a new, suppose you have a new app, a new tab, sorry, you add it to any of the existing groups, any of the categories, or you can create a new one. And then you can drag and drop, add tabs to different categories. So you can move across to categories that are open. You can add them, you see? So I can add this to an open category. And it's great for focusing because what we are, this society attempts focus. So, and because we cannot produce if we don't focus, focus is the key word, attention is the key word. And if our attention is dispersed, we cannot accomplish anything. So that's one of my great contributions, I think, to the things that to my life, to my organization, because I love it. And then, of course, I always close my Google with in the configuration, in the browser, I say that I want en el buscador abrir todo como estaba antes de cerrar, because I need open everything as it was before closing, so that I don't have to rethink about these categories, not as long as my work is in progress. Any comments or questions before I rush to the second thing? Any questions? No? Okay, we'll move on. Or comments. Well, I think this is fantastic and it's so simple. Another thing is my calendar. I told you last time, it's about criteria. We don't work on, we know we have lessons, but then we have to plan perhaps our walking times, caminata con verbo. Remember with my husband, we talked about, can you see my calendar? Ah, good.
Yes, yes.
So I have walks that are scheduled, lunchtime, siesta, if I can. If I don't have to go to the doctors, I prefer that slot to be taken up by my siesta time. I need a nap because I don't sleep well. I have my morning routine and my cafecito, 7:30. So it's like I started planning my calendar, creating a new calendar for it's a calendar for every category that I want, so that I have a good perspective and I try to fit work that in a way that it doesn't affect the things that I need to run or to recover. In fact, my lessons will be for 50 minutes. I told my students we are going to do a lot of work at home, self-access work. So I will be reducing my calendar 10 minutes, each lesson 10 minutes, so that I can go to the toilet, open the new students folders and so on. What I think that is great here is that I think that it was important to start my day with the things that I really did need to do, like take time with my husband. And if it's blocked, your tendency is not so much to cover, that, or to assign to somebody that time, unless it's urgent and very important or whatever. You can close, you can close categories and you can see only the ones you want. And of course, you would say, oh, this is too crazy. For me, it's fantastic to complement it with a paper agenda, a book, because if I here write important things, then if a student is absent, for example, I color it in gray, and then I pass it, or important appointments are carried out there, and it's very, very simple. So Google Calendar, I will share a link I haven't done it, but I will share a link to a couple of ladies in the YouTube that have managed to organize these, because we won't have time. They are 24-minute videos, but I honestly tell you, and also if you have to organize something, for example, you need they also suggest organizing your work in blocks of time. That's very effective. So if you have to write a lot of things, write the block, set aside a block for writing, and you write everything. You write your social media posts, you write your messages to students, your emails for the future, and then you use Romi's suggestions. but because the brain is in the mode writing. So you write and write and write. And then another day, maybe you make all the pictures for your Facebook, no, or for your posts. And it's a picture day. So you set the scene, you take pictures, so similar tasks joined together will help you focus better because the brain is in that kind of mode. All right. Of course, you can have as many calendars as you want. Just create a calendar here. And once it's created, well, what I do here is to write the link to the session, you know, to the Google session, the Zoom session that is always the same. And I write here, include the class notes. I haven't done it with this guy, but the class notes are also included in that time. And if for us, I always have a sala de reuniones personales. This is something we can do for APIVA BSIG, EdTech Sig, or all the others. What Romy says is true, but I have a sala de reuniones personales and I wrote todo el día. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because we know that the schedules don't crash. So if you don't have to reschedule it for all the different Saturdays because they are not always the same. We can have it there open all the time, I suggest. And that's it, the one who needs goes to that. We know that the organization is not, well, notice here that I also, the organization, I mean, it's so, the groups are well organized, they don't clash, so it's not a problem. Okay, I have my pool here. Pool is planning, organization, order, and when in Spanish, cleaning. So I have my pool is esto, lo llamo pileta, then tiro la pileta and I start cleaning and doing some kind of organization tasks. And you can, you know, use them any drag and drop, and of course. Okay, I like to combine it with Google Keep. This is in process, but I think that Google Keep is great for categorizing the categories that I have there. I also have here, so I still have to color it, but the colors help to organize your tasks by group because the brain works better in groups. So of course, well, this is a nice tool. And finally, I want to show you Calendly. I was tired of booking, of setting time to, setting time for appointments. So I created this Calendly account, and remember it's free for 15 minutes. And I want to show you how it appears. I have yesterday I had 2 interviews. I do oral interviews for people who want to companies, placement tests, and they enroll themselves, and I get this information automatically from Calendly that so-and-so has registered. I didn't register her, and I didn't register Luciana Gomez, she did. And I just got into Calendly and I wrote my welcome message, and I booked the time that I booked the times that are available, so that students, like when you make an appointment for the doctors, so what they see is this.
Ceci, we have 10 minutes before the meeting ends.
Okay,
so.
I will just show you my Calendly and that's it. This is what I have. I will finish in 2. And you go to cuando se puede reservar este evento, when you can book it. And of course you decide. You just decide on this. The rest is very intuitive. If you want to ask questions, it's just one page. You save, you close, and you can view, and you can see the page live. It's like any booking thing, but you know, it's been useful because I don't waste time with people coming, and I'm thinking of how to organize it for the students who are absent, because if I get an opening, you know, then maybe, but it's a problem because it's a 15-minute session.
And this is something
and students get this.
What can't you, for example, assign, or can't they register for 2 sessions?
Yes, of course they can, but if I suspect that if we do for 4, no, but the Trello team, the Calendly team, I suspect that they will be, you know, on the lookout for this kind of hacking. And I just tell the students, I have interviews of 30 minutes sometimes, and I tell them to book 2 spaces, 2 slots, and that's good enough. But I suspect it's a good one, Maria, but I suspect that if I book 4 sessions, I allow them to book 4 to the same person, or maybe 1 session, I don't know, I have to think about this. Maybe 1 session, the starting time, and nobody else can, I just book, I may book starting times only, this 12, you know, and I know that the students who reserve the 12, but it will, I'm mixing the 2 types of customers that I have, let's say students, my personal students and the ones for placements, and they will be messed up. I don't know. If I want to pay $8 per month, 800 pesos, is because I think that I would use it a lot, so I would reconsider, and if I need to pay, I pay, because that's my philosophy. Well, that's it. Noe, thank you so much for the time.
Thank you, Ceci.
I forgot.
Thank you.
Sorry, just to finish, since we were doing the, sorry. Shoot, because I didn't finish the, well, it's okay. I didn't finish the presentation. This one. Well, okay, we can start debating, and then I show you the last part of the PowerPoint. But if not, let's start debating. I don't want to delay it. Here I am. Okay, finally. Well, this is Calendly, and it's in the PDF. You can explore it. I don't have time now, but I think that one of the things that can save time is for us teachers, instead of converting Word documents or PDF documents to another kind of structure, it's probably better to get a PDF filler doc that can allow us to fill. I wanted to try this with you, but we don't have time, to get a page like this and create spaces for students to fill in, and it's totally free, and I love the layout. It's free if you create the basic account. No, it's free for, it's the 30-day trial, but I think that I love so much that probably, I don't know, I might be able to pay for this, but maybe 30-day trial, you start it, you share it when you book it, you pay for it, sorry, I'm rushing, it's terrible. You pay for it when you are ready to do a lot of work together, and then, well, maybe you use the 30 days for a lot of work. Well, that's it. Well, do you identify with her now? Well, thank you.
Thank you very much, Ceci.
Well,
thank you.
All right, thank you. Well, let's talk, discuss, or...
Yeah, we have 5 minutes only.
Sorry, but I'm afraid we have to agree on the topic for the next meeting.
Okay.
What do you think?
No, I would just want to thank you all. It's been a great meeting. I loved everything we learned today. Thank you very much to the coordinators and the presenters today. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
really good session. Excellent.
Yes, very good.
Thank you, Romy. Okay. What for next class then? Class.
Next class. Thank you, teacher.
The lipstick trick was especially for Fabricio. Perfect. Okay, thank you. Okay, what topic?
Oh, I don't know. What do you think?
I would love to go on this, to continue on the same line, talking about brain and rest and time, but I don't know if there is a way to do it. I have no idea. Related to technology, maybe that's more to do with wellness, but this is a very interesting topic, I think.
Well, yes, I think that technology can do us good or bad, and it should always be related to wellness. I have to use technology for my purposes, no? Mm-hmm. So many people use technology, but they lead crazy lives, and I think that we have to use technology so that it serves us. It has to be our servant in a way. It has to serve us.
Not the other way around.
Not the other way around, which is what happens when people get enthused with the tools, and then they are just captured by the tools. And they have to be, as you say, we set limits. We say no to this, yes to that. Probably we can meet this time. One of the topics can be, okay, what have you done? Have you done anything regarding this? Have you explored these options or other options? And how is it working for you? No? Part like a round table or a discussion on these tools. Yes, have you thought about this? Have you changed anything that has made your life better? Because in the end, what's the purpose of technology? To improve our lives and our work. And
of course.
So time-saving tricks, you know, or organization, things that help us our focus, organization. I think these are keywords: focus,
yes, totally.
Organization, and time savers.
Yes.
At the same time, we take advantage of what you showed us today, so that
I share the PowerPoint in the WhatsApp or to Apiva. I don't know the formalities, so I suggest we work on these terms: focus, organization,
and
attention. Attention is focus. I said another thing. What did I say? I'm taking medication to sleep, so it's just starting, and I have lagoons. That's why my mind goes blank, but it will pass, you know, it will be out. I will be through, I hope, in a month, but I slept last night. Organization and time savers.
Time savers, yes. Well, if you all agree, we can continue with these topics next time.
Yes.
We can share them on the chat, on the WhatsApp group. I don't know if you want to add anything else. I would explore the tools you shared, you both share with us.
Yes.
Going for that would be better.
Yes, okay, exploring tools. I will make sure that the PowerPoint has all the Google Slides has all the necessary links so that you can, I will double check because I was just wrapping up. So exploring tools, see.
And where will you share them?
I don't know. What are the formalities? Shall I in the WhatsApp?
I think you can share it. Yes.
The WhatsApp group.
Okay. Okay.
Well, we have 1 minute.
I now I want to shut up.
No, really, I cannot thank you enough. Really.
Yes.
It
was brilliant.
Yes.
Brilliant. Everything.
Thank you.
Brilliant. Yes.
Thank you so much to the coordinators and the presenters and everybody here that contributed, really. This is, for us teachers, I think this is essential.
Yes.
Because we do too many things.
Yes. Yes. Perhaps we can work on what we saw in the chat, corrections, tools for correcting. For example, in Grammarly, I have the free version, but there is a paid version, very expensive again. But well, we can work on these things that you wrote that take your time, you know?
Yeah,
exactly.
I was going to ask you, Ceci,
I'm going to copy this
of the book later. You showed us a book at the beginning.
Yes.
That is the book to read.
Okay.
7 Habits of Highly
Great
Effective
book.
People. I will share the summary. It's fascinating. I read the whole book. I made a summary. Stephen Covey